Hello, this is Kris Ripper, as you might know since you clicked on this video. I just wanted to take a brief moment at the very beginning to say this is an informal video, and I mean that in the Mary Berry sense. I am somewhat unclothed, though not indecent. I am lying down, which is not a position in which I've ever videoed before, but I am not really revealing anything. I just sort of have bare shoulders. If my bare shoulders might offend you, I suggest you skip this video. Thank you, and have a nice day. Hello, and welcome to a random video I'm shooting just because. I haven't actually gotten up to do this. It's a very spontaneous video. I have about 15 minutes before I have to leave to pick the human child up from theater camp because, theater camp. So I thought I would address some things that have been floating around in my head. This is inspired by a question I got on Facebook about if I ever feel the pull to write more scientific method universe books. And I realized as I was writing the answer to that question that I have kind of a lot to say about it. Starting with, the short answer is always yes. The short answer about if I feel a pull to revisit those characters is always, always yes, as you may have noticed given all of the many stories I have written that star them. The longer answer is authors don't always do what's right for their books. And sometimes that's on a small level. Sometimes a character in a book does something and you just sit there going, well, that's stupid. That character would never do that or say that or act like that or what have you. And sometimes it's a series that goes on and on and on, and every book becomes the same. I'm sure we've all read series like that, and I'm not even saying that's a bad kind of series. There's something profoundly comforting about being able to pick up a book anywhere in a series and sort of know exactly what that book is going to make you feel. There's nothing bad about that. There are series that I read that are like that, and I enjoy it. Having said that, the scientific method books are not those books for me. I don't want them to become a thing where you will pick up each one knowing exactly what you'll get if you haven't read it before. I want it to feel like coming home in the sense that it's recognizably SMU, but also one of the things that those books give to me as a creative person who writes them is they are constantly challenging me to think slightly differently or express something slightly differently. So even though there are thematic resonances that I think kind of pull through, listen to me talk like a fucking professional, thematic resonances. But having said that, I do really think that there are thematic resonances, and those remain consistent. I think that each of those books has something new to say. And where I go in my head when I think about writing another book into that series is, does this new idea have something new to say? And if it doesn't, I'm not going to write it. And I could make the argument that's a sort of rational decision because it takes time and you gotta get a cover and you gotta, like I could talk about the practicality of it, but even if all of those things were not true, I care a lot about that series and the integrity of that universe as the place where I go to explore things. And once I start writing every book I think of to write in it, which has at times been tempting, it no longer is that. It's no longer that intentional space. So I guess that's kind of my roundabout way of saying if a book hits me in the side of the head and needs to be written. And I know I mentioned this on Facebook, but it is particularly true of Lucy and Jace in that universe, who have stories that are not quite resolved, was a word that someone used. Yeah, there are certainly outstanding things happening in their lives that I am intrigued by. Maybe I'll write those books, or maybe I won't. This is watching the dog as she monitors the cat walking around. So, yeah, we don't know. Ultimately, we don't know. But at this point, I have no plans to write a novel, another SMU novel, anytime soon. I do have literally 70% of a Lucy book written. It's just not working. Worst. So yeah, there you have it. That's what I know about that, which admittedly is not very much, but it is a thoughtful decision to leave that series right now where it stands. And if I end up writing more into it, it will be a thoughtful decision to do that as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this was not too informal. The cat is now gazing at the dog through a crack. But it's 95 degrees here, and I just can't possibly move. It's the thing. And also the dog's like half sleeping on my leg. Yep. So now you've been caught up on my day. See you next time. Bye.